We have Mr. Fela Durotoye here. I mean, that is a name that needs no introduction in the country and beyond. And we're all at the Building Beyond You conference at Harvard Court in Victoria Island. We just want to have a word or two with him. Mr. Durotoye, view. Thank you. It's great to have you. Now, this conference, Building Beyond You, which is your wife's initiative. You know, she's transitioning from being a founder. And she has founded something else, Building Beyond You. As somebody who has been there, has done that as well, everybody, what advice do you have for the upcoming generation of founders, the mind-blowing, in the establishing structures and systems that would enable them to successfully and seamlessly transit from being founders?
I think it always starts with a mindset. I tell people that the people who are able to build for the long term are people who are able to understand that the human race is not a race between the black and the white man, the Hispanic, and the human race is a relay race. And that every generation is supposed to run its race and be able to add so much value to the bottom when they hand it over to the next generation. There's no relay race that ends with, in a sense, with youth, except of course if you are the final runner. So Building Beyond You is the kind of mindset that somebody gets to understand that even if I didn't inherit what I'm founded, I am founding this so that it can be inherited by somebody else. But for it to be inherited, I have to add so much value to it that other people want to run with it, sometimes even rather than start their own vision. And so I would say to founders, it always starts with the mindset. And it starts with being clear about what you're doing, why you're doing it, what success looks like, and what impact success will have. And sometimes people say, I beg, this is story. Well, guess what? Most people in Nigeria, if you ask them, why are you starting your business? They would say, not to keep body and soul together. Well, as long as it's about your body and soul, anybody that is joining you is also really trying to keep their own body and soul. So they're not trying to keep it for the next generation. So I want you to please understand that what you're doing is great, but you are learning things that when you add it into and you hand it over to somebody else or the next generation, and it doesn't have to be your children. It's just the next generation of youth. It will continue to grow. And as it grows, and just, you can keep going on.
Thank you. And talking about having a clear vision. You know, one thing that is a takeaway from today's events is the whole lot of young people how do your fingers in too many pies. Or that ability to settle on one particular aspect of their dreams. I'm not going to say it's elusive, but it's problematic. And Mrs. Durotoye addressed it. Mr. Peterside addressed it. What would you tell these staple in a dilemma for your team and enter as in what is the secret to settling on one? How does one know which one is the one?
Oh, look, we used to hear of entrepreneur, solopreneur. Now we are hearing something called multipreneur. And it's coming especially because there's this young, new generation who's saying, hey, I can do 5 things. The question is not what you can do, is what you can do well. So if you can do 5 things well, by all means. If you can do 5 things excellently, if you can do 5 things exceptionally, and I know that that's not likely to be true. So most of the time, what I would advise is to say, even if you have capacity for 5 key areas of passion, what you need to do is to find out your dominant ones. Find out the one that if you didn't do it will pain you. Right. And then see how you can build structure around it. And when you build that structure, it will give credibility to you as somebody who has started something and is keeping it going. Somebody else is running it, so that when you want to start something else, the resources that you require, that you had to pursue the first time, now those resources will begin to pursue it. So the truth about it is that you are likely to be able to build 5 things faster, one at a time. And if you build once and you build around it, you build a structure around it, it will give you the credibility to attract the resources to build the second one. And that will give you the credibility to build fast, expanded. So you will do 5 things. Don't be in a rush. Just see how you can do one thing first. Do it well, and then use that as proof of concept that you can do great things.
Thank you, Mr. Durotoye. Let me let you run back to the panel session.
And I look forward to seeing you back in the room, of course. I hope that some guys are joining us online, but if not, please find a way of going to buildingbeyondviewinstitute.com and see whether you can get the replays. It's going to be a blessing to you. Thank you.